Seems like I ran out of missile there. Don't even try to touch my ships.
Well, hello and welcome back to Greg's Game Room. Now, in this video, I would like to discuss some of the issues that people have had with their arcade 1-up systems. I really want this to be more of a video to help you kind of understand what's going on and what you can do to help get your system fixed or improved or whatever it is. Believe me, arcade 1-up, they don't want to screw you over. They want to help you out as best that they can, and I think they have been so incredibly successful that it's been difficult for them to keep up with some of the problems that they've had with their systems. Now, first of all, if you have any problems with your machines, the first thing that you're going to want to do is go to their website, because they have contact information there where you can call them and say, hey, you know, I've got this and that and the other problem with my system. But make sure that you have your receipt handy and possibly a video of what the issue is. Okay, so the biggest problem that I've seen is that the control deck itself has a tendency to wear out with a lot of use. Keep in mind that these control decks are just painted, so yeah, a lot of wear and tear is going to rub the paint off really quickly. So Arcade 1-up's solution is to send you out a free deck protector as well as replacement graphics to go underneath of the plastic cover. But I was just looking on their website tonight, and make sure that you order these before March, because after that they're no longer going to be free. But don't worry, any future purchases of the Arcade 1-ups will have these deck protectors included with them. Some people have reported that the replacement covers that they do get are not aligned properly. The buttons don't quite line up, and to that I'm afraid you'd have to call back and get another replacement. Unfortunately, I've also heard that getting the replacement parts take a while, and with a lot of volume you're just gonna have to, I guess, be patient. Patience is a virtue. Some people have said that maybe the riser graphics aren't that great. They'll have like the Arcade 1-up on the very front of them, and I understand that future risers are going to be more custom to the cabinet that you've purchased. Some people have listed errors with the actual games themselves. A millipede in the 12-in-1 is kind of cut off on the side, or there's issues with Galaga. To that I would say you have to call and get a replacement PCB. And fortunately, it's not really that difficult to swap it out, so once you get it, it should take you just a couple minutes to change it out. One of the problems that I had is that the bottom of the cabinet doesn't have the holes for the riser, so you pretty much have no choice but to, you know, drill your own holes into the side of it. Or if you want to, you don't have to drill holes at all. Another big complaint I've seen is people talking about the cheap controller parts, and in order for Arcade 1-up to be able to sell a product like this, you know, they're gonna have to cut costs as much as possible. And these systems, again, were never really designed to have really high level use arcade parts. These are basically just toys, so you should make sure you treat them that way. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could just swap out the controller parts. They're not really that expensive for us to go ahead and do, but for Arcade 1-up to mass produce and sell expensive controller parts, that would really jack up the price of the cabinets. Another issue that I've heard about is that the wood itself is just cheap MDF wood. Honestly, I think it's fine for what it is. I mean, again, it's not meant to be some arcade grade system where people are going to be kicking the cabinet and stuff like that. You're going to have it in your home, you're going to take care of it. So does it really matter if the wood is MDF or some other expensive wood? I think it's just fine the way that it is. All right, another thing that I've heard people talk about is that they wish they had lighted marquees, and I've heard that some of the future cabinets will have lighted marquees. I think maybe the Golden Tee has lit up marquees. I can't even imagine how much it would cost if every one of these Arcade 1-up cabinets had lit up marquees. Another common issue that people have is that they're a little too expensive for them. Honestly, I find the price to be reasonable, and I even made a video about how much it would cost if you were to try to build something like this yourself from scratch. I think you're gonna find that at $300, it's still a pretty reasonable deal. I've seen them being highly discounted at Walmart and other locations. If you see one of those discounted, definitely pick one of them up. Some people have also talked about scratches on their screens, and again, that's something that you would have to call the Arcade 1-up folks about. Always remember to have your receipt handy. Another thing I've heard is that they will sometimes send the wrong parts, and you know, I'm sorry to hear that, but The only thing you can do is call them back and say, hey, you guys sent me the wrong part. I find that it's better to be nice to people on the phone. They tend to want to help you out more if you're nice to them. One of the issues that I've had is that the system doesn't save but a couple games high scores. I don't know that that's going to be remedied in a PCB upgrade that I could get for my system, but I understand that future revisions of these cabinets are going to have high score saving in them. That's good news for the people that buy them later, I suppose. And another issue that I've seen is that, sometimes the graphics on the system could be a little dodgy. To me, that's really not that big of a deal. It's just something that I happen to notice. It doesn't affect the gameplay itself at all, and truly it's barely even noticeable.
Spiders in this game are even nastier than the in Centipede. They come straight for you. Come on.
Alright, well there you go. There's a few issues that I've seen and read about and a couple of solutions for you to get your system back up in working condition. Now I work in the tech support field, and let me tell you that the people on the other end of the phone, they want to help you. So if you're cordial and nice and patient with them, they're way more likely to help you out.
Hello, IT? Have you tried turning it off and on again?
If you found this video helpful, please click the like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff buttons down below. So have a great day, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Already got it plugged back into the monitor. Come on, crossing my fingers. Come on. Work. Oh, I guess I gotta turn the switch back on again. I forgot about that.